girlfriend. This account has blocked you. What? She tried Facebook, Instagram. He had blocked her on them all. Her face burned. How was this possible? There must be some mistake. The first time Alex was ghosted, she was 14 and she'd put it down to the boy being an insensitive dumbass. But Todd wasn't 14. He was a 24-year-old graduate student, the same as her. She navigated over to his best friend's page. If Todd wasn't with her, he was usually with his friends. Oh, there. They were all going out to London Bridge? Fingers trembling, she scrolled through some photos. There he was, in the background. She zoomed in. He had his arm around a girl. Todd had his head turned slightly and was laughing. The girl had her head on his shoulder. Alex lowered her phone and exhaled slowly. Emotions boiled up inside her, but she wasn't sure which ones. Anger, for sure. Quite a lot of humiliation. And sadness. She had liked Todd. They'd been together for 2 months now, and she had hoped. But she had clearly been wrong. Todd had dumped her and moved on effortlessly. She put her phone in her pocket. What now? Her choices were go home and drown her sorrows on her own, or go into the bar and drown her sorrows in the company of strangers. Of the two, home was by far the most attractive. She looked at the weather outside again. Sleet splattered down. Okay, going in was a viable option. She took a step backwards and trod on someone. Ow! She turned around to find a man, standing on one leg, rotating the other foot with a pained expression on his face. I'm so sorry, she said. Is your foot okay? She glanced at him and registered details. Tall, light brown skin, smart casual clothes, neat. He put his foot down as though testing it. It's okay. I've got another one. He smiled. She added handsome to her list of observations. There was a pause as his gaze flicked from her face to her damp coat and back again. Given her past experience of lone men outside bars on New Year's Eve, he would hit on her any minute now. She braced herself. Instead, he said, It's snowing? He peered out of the glass in the door. Oh, sleet. That's worse. That looks nasty. I think I'll go back to the bar. He gave her a friendly nod. See you later. She watched him walk down the foyer and disappear into the bar. Alex stared after him. While she hadn't particularly wanted the guy to try to flirt with her, it was a bit disconcerting that he hadn't. Here she was, dressed up on New Year's Eve, and to get nothing more than polite disinterest from a handsome man was disappointing. Was there something wrong with how she looked? Was that why Todd had so summarily dumped her? More minutes went by. Alex told herself off. No, she couldn't let Todd's behavior get her down. She couldn't stand here like a leftover donut. She had to move. If Todd could move on in the space of a couple of days, she bloody well could too. The voice of reality pointed out that she wasn't really that sort of person. Maybe. But tonight, she could be. Maybe tonight, she could be the sort of woman who could punch life in the face. Alex gathered her strength. Fine. Into the bar it was. Maybe she could buy that poor man a drink to apologize for crushing his toes. She checked in her coat at the cloakroom on the other end of the foyer, took a deep, fortifying breath, and went in. The bar was busier than it looked from the outside. She had to weave her way through the crowd. The guy from earlier was standing alone at one of those tall tables looking at his phone. She headed for the bar to get herself a glass of wine. Hello, darling, said a male voice. She turned to glance at the man who had spoken. He seemed young and very drunk. She ignored him. The anger fizzled out of her. Maybe she should have gone home to lick her wounds. Maybe coming into a bar on her own on New